Hello students, welcome once again to this channel. In this video, I'll discuss about capacitors and capacitance. Capacitors are used in electronic circuits to store electric charge and electric energy. What is the capacitance of a capacitor or conductor? What is the capacitance of a spherical conductor? That I'll discuss in this video. First, what is capacitance? Capacitors are the devices and capacitance is the ability of the capacitor to store charge and electric energy. Capacitors basically consist of two conductors having equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, and the distance is filled by an insulator. Even a single conductor can also be used as a capacitor by assuming the other at infinity. Thus, we can find the capacitance of a single conductor also, and these are basically used in various electronic circuits. So, capacitors are used in electronic circuits to store electric charge and electric energy, and it consists of two conductors separated by a small distance. The gap is filled by an insulator. A single conductor can also be used as a capacitor. So in this video, I'll discuss about the capacitance of a conductor. How can you find the capacitance of a conductor? So you see, here are the pictures of some capacitors. You might have seen these are used in electronic circuits. So what is the capacitance of a conductor? How can you find it? Let's consider Q charge which is given to a conductor, Q charge given to a conductor, and V the change in potential. When charge is given, there is a change in potential. Then the charge given Q proportional to V. If you will give more charge, then there is more rise in potential. So what Q is equal to? There is a constant C into V. That constant C is the capacitance of the conductor. Now see, this C is equal to Q by V. It is the ratio between electric charge and the rise in potential. So capacitance is the ratio of the change in electric charge of a conductor or capacitor to the corresponding change in its electric potential. So let's have an analogy. Let's consider a container. Right? You are adding water to this container. When you are adding water, you see, there is a change in its level. The change in the level is due to the addition of water. This addition of water can be considered, can be compared here with the charge. When you are giving charge to a conductor, you consider this is a conductor. When you are giving charge to this conductor, then there is a rise in potential. Similarly, when you are adding some water, then there is a change in the level. The change in level is the potential, adding water is the charge. You see, what is the factor on which this capacity of this container depends? It depends what is the volume. What is the volume? How much water will you add? Now up to its volume. So this capacity of this container is its volume, which depends upon its dimension, not on the amount of water you are adding or the level increasing. Thus capacitance does not depend upon the charge and the potential, rather it depends upon the dimension. If you are not adding any charge, you are not giving any charge, then there will be no change in the potential, but the capacitance is there. Every conductor, if it has some dimension, you can say it has some dimension, it has some capacitance. This container has some capacity which is equal to the volume is equal to area into height. Similarly, you can consider this conductor has some capacitance, but to find the capacitance, you have to add some charge and there is a rise in potential, and capacitance is the ratio between charge and potential. So let's see what is the formula for capacitance and what is the unit of capacitance in SI, right? So capacitance C is equal to Q by V. You see here, C is equal to Q by V. This is the formula to find the capacitance of a conductor or capacitor. Q is the charge and V is the rise in potential. What is its unit? Its unit is farad in SI. Its unit is farad and big F is the symbol. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. You see here is Q is the charge, V the potential. So 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. Usually capacitors has values in the range microfarad, nanofarad, picofarad, etc. That means farad is a big unit. Usually capacitors you will find in nanofarad, picofarad, etc. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad. 1 nanofarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 farad. Similarly, pico is 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So these are the units, other units in which capacitance of a capacitor can be expressed. Now you see other units, these are microfarad, picofarad, nanofarad, etc. And this is the dimension. You can find the dimension by taking the dimension of charge and the potential difference. Okay. Now let's find the capacitance of a spherical conductor. This is a spherical conductor and capital Q is the charge given to this spherical conductor of radius r. How can you find? You know the formula C is equal to Q by V. Q is the charge given, that is known to you. Let's find the potential, change in potential. So when Q charge is given to this conductor, charge resides on its surface, and since it has radius r, so what is the potential on its surface? Potential on its surface is equal to potential inside, that you know. So what is the potential on its surface? Yeah, what is the change in potential when charge Q is given? Now V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. It is V is equal to Q by R. So you know the value of V, you know the value of Q. If you will put the value of V here, then you will get this Q cancel. Then you have C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. So this is the capacitance of this spherical conductor. Let's find. You see, if the conductor is given Q charge, then what is the potential on its surface? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So what is Q is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R into V. This is Q. So what is C is equal to? C is equal to Q by V. You can put the value. It is 4 pi epsilon naught into 4 pi epsilon naught R into V divided by V. This V cancel. You have C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. So capacitance of a spherical conductor is 4 pi epsilon naught R. Okay. So this is what is given here. Now capacitance C is equal to Q by V. So C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. So capacitance of a spherical conductor is directly proportional to the radius. It does not depend upon the charge. It depends only on the radius of the conductor. And it is if the space surrounding the spherical conductor is not air, it is any other medium other than air. Here is any other medium. Then how can you find it? How can you find the capacitance? If it is any other medium, then C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r into the radius, or you can say it is 4 pi epsilon r. That is, if air is there, it is 4 pi epsilon naught r. If any other medium, it is 4 pi epsilon r. Thus, capacitance of a spherical conductor is directly proportional to the radius of the conductor. Let's find the capacitance of a spherical conductor of radius 1 meter. If a conductor of radius 1 meter, how can you find it? Now you can find it using the formula 4 pi epsilon naught r. And you know 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value you know in SI unit. It is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So what is 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to? It is equal to 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay. So you can find it is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9. You can put the value, this value at the place of 4 pi epsilon and the radius given. So what is the capacitance of this spherical conductor of radius 1 meter? Some options are given. So you can find the value using 4 pi epsilon naught r, and let's see which option is correct. It is 4 pi epsilon naught r. It is, the value is put 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9 and the radius is 1, and ultimately it is calculated and it is 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 10 farad. Minus 10 means it is very very small, you see. So when the radius is 1 meter, you see the capacitance value is 1 meter radius and the capacitance value is 10 to the power minus 10. Let's consider a spherical conductor of radius which is equal to the radius of earth. Then what will be its capacitance? Okay. So radius, we find the capacitance of a spherical conductor of a radius which is equal to the radius of the earth. You know what is the radius of earth? It is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter, and 4 pi epsilon value you know. So how can you find capacitance? You just ignore this r here. This r is not required here. Okay. So directly you can find it is C is equal to, if you know the formula, C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught r. So this is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9. R is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. These two are in SI. So solving this, you got this is 7.11 into 10 to the power minus 4 farad, which is equal to 711 microfarad. This value is again very small. The radius is equal to the radius of the earth. Thus, capacitance of a conductor is very very less. So you cannot use that in the circuits to store charge and energy. Since its capacitance is less, then Q is equal to CV. Since C is less, you will not get more charge stored. Thus what to do? Your aim is to increase the value of C. How can you increase the value of C? Now if you will take two conductors near each other, then this conductor, for example, given charge Q, then what is its potential on its surface? This potential can be decreased if you will put, this is a positively charged conductor, if you will put another negatively charged conductor here, then the potential of this conductor will decrease. If the potential will decrease, then C is equal to Q by V. Then C will increase. So you have to consider a system having two conductors separated by some insulating medium in between. If you will put a medium insulator, or that medium is nothing but dielectric, that is called the dielectric, which is put between the two conductors, then the capacitance will increase. By doing so, the capacitance of the system will increase. The single conductor has very less capacitance. Thus, we have to consider two conductors having equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, filled with a dielectric, so that to increase the capacitance. And these are basically used in electronic circuits, and this is called capacitor. So we will discuss about these capacitors, different types of capacitors. capacitance of the capacitor in the next video. So thus what is the conclusion here? You see, here the conclusion is, you see, such a big conductor has such a low capacitance. So you cannot use these conductors as capacitors or to store charge and energy. So for that we have to use capacitors, and capacitors basically consists of two conductors having equal and opposite charges and separated by a dielectric within a very small space. Okay, so that I'll discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you.